Welcome everyone back to the UK Journeyman. In today's episode, we can win the Premier League. Since you last left us, things have gone really well. We have played quite a few games. Obviously, we played the rest of March. We've also played through April. Like I say, we've been trying to get through stuff a little bit quicker. It's not been actually as many Premier League games, so you've not actually missed too much since the league. We've only played We've only played 5 Premier League games, so it feels like a big time jump, but it's mostly been cup games. We are still in the Europa League. We are into the semi-final of the Europa League. After we qualified for the league's phase, we beat Monaco in the round of 16 over 2 legs. We then beat Celtic comfortably in the quarters. We did draw 2-2 away at the San Siro in the first leg of the semi-final, so we will play that second leg as well. In the FA Cup, we've also been progressing. Where did we play? Was it actually the Chelsea game we were back? Yeah, so I think, sorry, this is my mistake. So we've beat Pleasant. So we actually have played a few more Premier League games. But like I say, we are trying to get through it. Let's just start again. So we beat Palace 4-0 in the league. Mansfield 5-1 in the league. We beat Spurs 9-1. Absolutely crazy. Birmingham 3-0. We then had a 1-1 draw with City. We then beat Everton 4-1. Brighton 1-0. West Ham 4-0. Luton 3-0 and Wolves 4-2. So we are in a pretty good run of form in the Europa League. I've already mentioned that we won our last league game, then won obviously our 2-legged games. In the FA Cup, we beat Fulham in the 4th round. We then knocked out Mansfield in the 5th round. We then had QPR in the quarter-final, who we beat, and then we just beat Nottingham Forest 4-0 in the semi-final. So we've got West Ham in the final, so we do have a chance at another trophy. We won the Conference League, League Cup and FA Cup last season. This time we can do another treble, and it would be a bit more of a proper treble. We are 1 win away from winning the Premier League. As it stands, we are, I think we're 4 points ahead of Liverpool, but 2 games in hand. So that would be 7 points with 3 games left. But one of those games, but they can only win 6 points from here. So it would be we'd be 7 points ahead, and Liverpool could only win 6 points. So we are effectively in a 2-horse race. Chelsea really dropped off. They're miles behind. So it is down to us. A win today and we do win the league, and this is the team we're going with. They're a little bit tired. They've played lots of important games, but hopefully they can get the job done. It's Torres in goal, back 4 of Malik, Estrada, Pearson and Patrak, Bellingham and Ngoma in midfield, Jakob on the right, Ben Seeger on the left, and Mua and Garcia up front. We have agreed a deal for 2 players. Demolier is going to leave the club. He's going to Dortmund in the summer window. Gilberto Mora is also going to leave. He's going to Arsenal in the summer window. I think 40 million for Mora, 11 million or so for Demolier. So 2 players leaving us. Obviously, the new boys have come in. This Limani has not played a whole lot, but when he has played, he's been brilliant. He's only played a little bit, but in the Cup, he's been brilliant. 5 goals, 2 assists in 3 games. Definitely going to be a really good player to have next season. We have qualified for the Champions League, so we are officially a Champions League club next season, which obviously is the aim. And I want to do it in 1 season. I don't want to mess about 2-3 seasons. I think we are good enough to win the Champions League. We are 1 game away from winning the Premier League, and we're the best league in Europe. So if we can win the Premier League, I think we can win the Champions League. We've got a big game today against Sunderland, who we've had problems with in the past, so it's definitely not a guaranteed win. But it isn't one of the big sides, so I think we should be winning it. But we do have that FA Cup final. We've obviously got that Europa League semi-final to look forward to as well. And if it doesn't get done today, we still have other chances to get it done. So it's not the end of the world if we don't win it today. However, I would really like to win it today. Regardless of what happens, our second game will be against Milan in the second leg of that semi-final in the Europa League, so we'll only know as we get on with that. But early doors actually was a chance for Sunderland, well blocked from Estrada, I think it was, to keep it out. But yeah, slightly worrying that it's not us with the fast start, it's Sunderland, because we've obviously got a lot to play for. One weird thing that's happened in the save, Everton have actually been relegated, so for the first time in their entire history, they're going to be a non-Premier League side. I don't think so far in the save they've been relegated, so that is quite a monumental occasion. Everton dropping out of the Premier League for the first ever time. But Sunderland are running us ragged here, and again, it's some late blocks. Keepers in it. Paddy Moore picks up the ball, Could be a counter on the cards if we can get a ball over. We can. That's a brilliant ball over to Garcia, but I don't think he kept it in. That was a really good ball from Mua. We were under the cosh here, and I think maybe the pressure of winning, as we said last time we looked, it was been about 22 years since Man United last won the league, so there's every chance that a lot of the fans will have probably never seen United win a Premier League. A lot of the younger fans anyway will have anyone 22 years or younger will have never ever seen this team win a Premier League, which is crazy. So there's a chance to do that today. To come in, we did the job that was asked of us. We took them up from mid-table obscurity back into Europe, and now we've gone one step further, getting them back in the Champions League. But hopefully we can go even one step further and get them back winning the Premier League title. Higgins threw on goal. I thought he was offside, but not to be. And we are definitely not looking our best today. And we're going to have to step it up if we're going to be wanting to beat teams like AC Milan and get to a Europa League final. I think Newcastle, Lille are the other semi-final, so a potentially quite a difficult final ahead of us, especially if it's Newcastle. We know how good they are in the save at this point and how much we have struggled against them in the past. But still 0-0 here. It's maybe leading itself to a dramatic late winner to wrap up the title. Who knows? Malik plays it to Paddy Mua, who swings one in. Garcia's there. He's got to get himself over it. But he doesn't. He gets under it and it goes over the bar. Still 0-0. And it's anyone's game at the minute. It's a bit tit for tat. There's goals at chances at either end. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see as it progresses. But yeah, at the minute, it's been a tough all game for us. And not the type of game you're looking at thinking we're going to win this and we're definitely going to be lifting the Premier League. It may have to wait. There's every chance we bottle it as well. We could be on the verge. I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to put it into existence. But there is every chance we are on the verge of a generational bottling. And that is a great ball over to Higgins. And Torres again keeps us in it. Made himself big. It wasn't the best finish, but Torres made himself big. Blocked the shot. And we are fortunate, very fortunate to still be 0-0 here. I don't think a point would be enough. I think that would only put us 5 points ahead and they could still pick up 6. So, yeah, let's give the fans a title party at full time. Let's do it. Still 0-0. It's still winnable. But, things are not looking great. Obviously, I think given the distance we are, the game's in hand, etc., I think there's every chance we are winning it. But I want to wrap it up today. I want to beat Sunderland, and then we are done with the Prem. We can just focus on the Cups for the remainder of the season, because I want to finish. I want to win the league. I want to win it today in this episode. Malik, down the right-hand side, plays it into Jakob. Jakob dispossessed. There could be a shout to make some subs, because obviously we've got, like I say, some tired players on the pitch, and one thing we obviously can't really do is just keep them all on. Higgins threw on goal, puts it in the back of the net. I think he's offside though. I'm praying he's offside. Offside? I'm praying he is offside. The referee, I think the linesman had his flag up. It has been disallowed. A lifeline achieved. Still 0-0. But we've got to make some subs because we are looking pretty tired. Like I say, we've played a lot of games. We're obviously still in 2 of the three cup competitions. We went out early in the League Cup. But obviously, we've had to play the first team squad for these Europa League games. These have been some big teams, so we really couldn't mess around with it. Sunderland being a little bit risky with it at the back, but they've got away with it, or they've masterfully played themselves out of it anyway. We do look leggy. We definitely look leggy. We don't look like our usual self, and that's a ball over the top. Pearson, ball watching. This time Higgins finishes it very similarly. This time he's not offside, and we've got to make some changes. Paddy Moo is going to come off for Haaland. Ben Seeger is going to come off for, I guess we'll put Lamani out wide, the big striker. And then Carrizo can also come on, but we are running light on players who can make a difference here. And Goma's going to come off for Guilhem, and Malik's going to come off for Marty. We are rolling the dice with 5 subs. We've not been at it today, and this could be a false start. We may have to do another episode to wrap up the title because this has not been the game for us. We've made 5 subs. Hopefully inject some life into it. We need to get a winner here. We need to get an equaliser first and foremost. Haaland but there's plenty of time to do it. Swings it in, finds Carito! And Nicholas Carito has been absolutely rubbish all season, and it's always them players who are rubbish. They come on and they make a difference. Haaland with another great assist to his name. He's obviously tied down till the end of next season. We've seen enough from him to give him a new deal, and he's repaid that favour again. And now our tails are up and momentum is our way, and a corner well swung in by Haaland, but is over the bar. It's 1-1, and that's instant impact from the sub. Like I say, we've not seen much of Carito in a positive manner at all this season, really, in any competition. He's been quite probably the only disappointing signing we've really had at United. Oh my word. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what Torres was doing. It all just seemed to fall apart, but thankfully we're still surviving. Lamani at 6'6" is definitely not a winger, so hopefully you just get on the end of a cross or something, come inside, but we're doing what we can with what we've got. Still 1-1. A late winner would seal it, but obviously a draw doesn't confirm the league title. It does good as that one step closer, and we're probably going to win it anyway, even if we lost this game. But there's no guarantee, and a win guarantees it. And we have got to highlight Patrick looking very tired, not getting on the end of the ball. It was a bit of a hospital pass, in all honesty, and Sunderland look like they're still full of energy. Probably not in as many cup competitions as us, and they slid one in. Oh, Kevin's done us. Whoever Kevin is, he's done us in. It's Sunderland 2, United 1, and it's a false start. We're not going to wrap up the league title today. We'll have to come back for another episode in the Prem to wrap it up, because we're playing Milan in the second leg. We're doing that. That's the second episode, so we'll have to come back and do another game. But this is ultimately very disappointing. We could have wrapped it up in this game. We haven't done that. I thought the subs had made the difference, and unfortunately the party not quite getting started just yet. So a loss to Sunderland does let Liverpool back in, and that is exceptionally disappointing. Thankfully, we've got Brentford, Ipswich, Arsenal left, so I would think out of those three we should be able to win enough games to win the league. So we're 4 points clear. A win would be 7 points clear. So as long as we win 1 out of 3, is that all we need to do? So a loss, if we lost every game, if they won their 2 games, 6 points, they would be 2 points ahead of us. So we have to win 1. So yeah, we have to win 1 out of 3. So it's very likely we're going to win the league, but not just yet. Anyway, we're going to go play the second leg against Milan and hopefully get ourselves to a Europa League final. So for our second game of the episode, it is that second leg. We're playing Kaskiavit. Don't know why they don't have the licensing for Serie A, but they don't. It's AC Milan in the second leg. Finished 2-2 away at the San Siro. We are at Old Trafford to try and get ourselves the win. Hopefully, it's pretty much just down to this. With it being a draw, it really makes no difference. So this is the team we're going with. We've had to make a couple changes just due to fitness, but hopefully it's still good enough to get us into that final. We got Torres in goal. Back four of Malik, Estrada, Hincapia. I think probably making his debut in front of you lot. Obviously, we did sign him in January. He's played a bit here and there. But yeah, not loads of games for us. Actually, well, 13 actually from January. Not bad at all. Patrick on the left, Bellingham and Guilhem in midfield. And Goma drops out again just due to fitness. Jakob, Benziga, Mua and Garcia make up the attack. I think even with the changes, we should be fine. Probably harsh on people like Richter and stuff to miss out. Obviously, he's the youngster centre-back, but you just got to go for an experienced head. 33-year-old Hincapia playing for Barcelona, Milan, Arsenal. He knows what it takes to play for a big club. So 2-2 going into this game. It pretty much all comes down to this. There's no away ruling in the Europa League or any of the European competitions anymore. So it's going to be a tough game. Newcastle, Lille were the other two semi-finalists. They drew 1-1 in their first leg. So it's pretty much down to both games in both games. It's down to both games in both games. It's pretty much down to both second legs in both ties, so it really makes no difference. The two-legged stuff kind of almost pointless when you think about it, but both teams get a game at home. But 15 minutes in, not seeing anything in the highlights, but looking at the stats, we are the ones creating more, which is definitely what you want to see. Obviously, once again, we are probably playing players who probably do need a rest. We've rotated a couple for rest for resting reasons, but we are a little bit light. Well, not light, we've got the options, but you want your first team players out in these big games. So Patrak on the corner, whips one in. Garcia's there again. Garcia from the corner. I'd rather it be Estrada. I think he's got like 20 jumping reach and like 15 head, and he's definitely the best option to try and win these. But Lille actually beating Newcastle 2-0, which makes it 3-1 in their game. So it looks like it's probably going to be Lille as one of the finalists, but whether it'll be us or Milan is still to be decided. Patrak again on the corner, looking very tired is Patrak. Whips one in. This time Estrada's there, and it drops to Mua. I think there was maybe a hint of offside, but no, nothing's being checked. And Estrada, I said I wanted it to be him getting on the end of the header. Well, it worked out pretty well because I think it was parried into the path of Mua, who's just there. He applies the finishing touch. He is very tired, Mua. We'll have to take him off as well. But we're going to have to make some changes at half-time just for fitness reasons. But that is a brilliant lead. And you take anything you can get. Performances mean nothing in these games. It's all about results. And that's a ball up top to Ben Seeger. He's got a few going round. Patrak whips one in the back stick, and Jakob's there. And then Jakob was brought down. Maybe shouts for a penalty, but I think it was probably fair enough that there was no shouts. But yeah, Jakob did well. It was at a tight angle. Pulled off a good save, did the Milan goalkeeper. But still going, Jakob into Garcia. Swings one back to Ben Seeger, into Bellingham, into Jakob. Great ball through to Malik, who tries to find a ball in behind, but it's not great. Estrada comes and wins his duel. Unfortunately, couldn't get Malik back in time to make anything of it. And Milan switching the play, working it well, really well out to the left-hand side. We are scrambling to get players back in position, but we do just enough to force them back. And then an effort from distance. Torres on his arse, but it doesn't matter because it went over the bar. And it is going to be 1-0 going into the second half. We have to make some changes, though. But we are doing really well. We just need to keep it up. So Paddy Moore is going to have to come off. We're going to bring Lamani on. I want the youngster to come on and show you what he's about. He's 6'6". He's a big boy. Patrak's going to come off for Marty. And yeah, obviously, I really should Lamani's just kicked it straight out for a throw in. I hate this kickoff bug. How have they not fixed this? The game's been out for months. This weird kickoff bug where your player will just kick it out for a throw in. How have they not fixed that? The game's been out for ages now. What are we in? February? The game's been out for like 3-4 months? It's just ridiculous. Ben Seeger in the corner. Swings one in. It's a floater. Lamani's there. 6'6" of him. The 6'6" wonder kid, Arland Lamani. Oh, what a header. What a substitution. He's come on. And that's exactly what you want to see. Ben Seeger with the assist. He's pretty tired, as is Estrada. We're 2-0 up. 4-2 on aggregate. You love to see it. Richter's going to come on for Estrada at the back. We'll also take Ben Seeger off for Gilberto Mora, who is on his way out the club. So whether he's going to give it his all, I guess we'll see. But that is brilliant from Lamani. And it's just a shame we've got such a good plethora of strikers now. It was one thing in the summer we were looking at wondering how we were going to, get by with the strikers we have. Well, now we've got too many good strikers, and it's going to be hard to get him in. And Garcia's there this time. We score a lot of goals in the air. I don't know if it's just this football manager or the way we play with two strikers, but we do tend to score quite a lot in the air. But Mora's going to come on, who, like I say, is one that's trying to get out of the club, or he has got a deal to leave the club, but hopefully he can still wants to win a competition before he goes. Richter, the youngster, has definitely got big potential as well. The problem is that we're hopefully going to be wrapping this up in the next season or two. So we'll probably never get to see the real best of some of these wonder kids. But we've already unearthed some gems so far. We will look back in years to come at some of these names and think how good they were. Not just for the United side, but in the Mansfield team especially as well. Limavady, Brickfield have obviously got their little heroes as well that we'll obviously we'll mention if we ever cross paths with them again. But in terms of proper heroes, obviously the Mansfield lot definitely hold themselves in high regard with me, going from League One to the Premier League back to back. But then some of these United players, just the fact that we've not went out. Yes, we spent a lot on a couple, but most of them were not that expensive. I think we've done it relatively financially stable. I think Garcia, the pick of the bunch, he didn't look like he couldn't hit a barn door in the first season, but then this season he's just a different level. We got him back second half of last season, he started banging them in again. We took the pressure off from signing Cassina from Barca on loan, and that was all that was needed. And now he's a top player. Lamani just about gets his big leg there. Malik still playing. It's a very long highlight. Richter into Bellingham. Bellingham, what a signing on a free he's been. Into Lamani! Oh, is this guy's something special. Arlen Lamani makes it 3-0. I think there was hints of offside. I don't know if it was him or Malik that was offside. VAR is checking it though. We'll see whether it's given or it has been disallowed. That's a shame for Lamani because it was a wonderful, wonderful goal. And I don't know, it might have just been Malik who was offside. Just 2-0 at the minute though, so we can't get ahead of ourselves, but it does look, with how dominant we've been, like it's going to be us going to the final. We'll make one last sub. Garcia is going to come off for Erling Haaland. For the last 20 minutes, Haaland's experience is going to come on. I mean, him and Lamani, what a partnership that can be. The two absolute giants up front. That would be ideally my favourite type of double strikers, just two absolute unit number 9s. But to be fair, I do like having a Mua there as well, just a smaller, kind of a Rooney. For me, Paddy Mua is the Rooney regen. He's quick, he's physical, he's like a little bulldog. And Lamani's probably the Haaland regen. 6'6", probably a bit taller than Haaland. I don't know how tall Haaland is in real life, but I don't think he's 6'6". He might be, I really don't know. Ball in the back of the net. Suspicions of offside, but VAR is checking it. We'd like it to be disallowed. It has been disallowed. That takes the pressure off a little bit. I was going to be worried there that we'd made all of our changes and they were going to go and get themselves an equaliser. But it has been ruled out. Still 2-0, 4-2 on the night. And we still look good to get into the final. Jakob, ball over the top to Mora, who's knocked it down. Haaland and Mora, work really well together there. Haaland and Gilberto Mora. But unfortunately, Haaland just couldn't find the finish. He's not as much of a goal demon as he used to be, Haaland, but he is still a very, very good player. And he's definitely going to be someone we want to keep around for next season. We are back in the Champions League next season, so there's every chance we could do it. First time of asking. We are one game away from doing it back to back. I mean, I think we would be the first team. I think we'd probably set a record if we could do this. We talked about it when we won the Conference League. Could we go and then win the Europa League? And then could we then go and win the Champions League all back to back? Wouldn't that be a record that would never, ever be beaten again? But Haaland has the ball in the back of the net. I'm pretty sure he's offside. It's not going to matter either way because we are right at the end of the game. It has been disallowed, of course. We are right at the end of the game, so it's not going to matter. But Lamani came on. What a hero. What a hero. Obviously, we were already winning the game, but just to sure it up. You love to see it. So it is a final. It is going to be against Lille, and that is going to be the episode after next, because next episode, we need to win the league. We are in financial distress, by the way, so we'll see what happens next season. We may need to sell a couple of players, but yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully the board can just put up with it. So we'll leave it there for now. Next episode, we'll come back for Brentford, and we'll play as many league games as it takes to wrap up the league. And then after that, we've got another 2 cup finals, Europa League and FA Cup, back to back. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the UK Journeyman, and I'll see you all for more very soon.